We study billionaires, and this is episode 120 of The Investors Podcast. Today's episode is brought to you by FreshBooks. FreshBooks is the best cloud accounting software for small business owners, and this is why Stig and I use it for our clients here at The Investors Podcast. For access to your free 30-day trial, go to freshbooks.com/TIP, and remember to use the bonus code TIP on the How Did You Hear About Us section when you sign up.
Broadcasting from Bel Air, Maryland, this is The Investors Podcast. They'll read the books and summarize the lessons. They'll test the waters and tell you when it's cold. They'll give you actionable investing strategies. Your host, Preston Pish and Stig Broderson.
All right, how's everybody doing out there? This is Preston Pish, and I'm your host for The Investors Podcast. And as usual, I'm accompanied by my co-host, Stig Broderson, out in Seoul, South Korea. And folks, we have the one and the only Mohnish Pabrai with us today, and I know our audience is going to love this conversation because, Mohnish, you might not realize this, but we have a lot of fans of yours in our audience. So we are so thrilled to have you here to talk with us today.
Well, Stig and Preston, I've really enjoyed listening to many of your podcasts in the past, and you're doing a great service to the value community. And I love the energy and the spirit you bring to it. So this is wonderful.
And I just want to put out there that anyone who thinks that, well, Preston just cooked it up, he was really trying to flatter our new guest, I would encourage everyone to go back to the very first episodes that we actually did. And the very first interview we had was actually an interview called Mohnish Pabrai, the next Warren Buffett. That was actually the very first we did. So this is not something that we came up with. So back in episode 4, with our good friend Hari Ramachandra, now a member of Mastermind Group, that was the topic. And now we have you on. So it only took us 116 episodes? We're slow starters, but we will get there.
Well, better late than never.
That's right. That's right. Mohnish, we're so honored. So let me kick this off with the first question. And just so everyone knows, we had a ton of people that wrote us over Twitter saying, hey, ask Mohnish this question, ask him this. And so we've incorporated some of those questions into this show. So we might even name a few people from their questions. All right. So the first question, Mohnish, that we have comes from Nick Fisher on Twitter. And he wants to know if you would have taken a different career path if you wouldn't have found this Buffett-style investing first. So he's really curious because you have this tech background that a lot of people know about. And I guess what he's getting at is if you know what you knew today, would you have still gone down that tech path or would you have just gone straight into